gentlemen, my name is Charley Raine. Today we're going to be talking to Paul DeMore, an attorney in Annapolis, about legal rights. Everything from what happens if you get pulled over, how do you get a lease, what happens if you accidentally get arrested for purchasing alcohol underage, because people that are aging out, it's everywhere from 16 all the way up to 24. Let's go. I'm just gonna tell you a little bit about my story. As a young kid, mother was in the freaking correction center, and I got put into foster care for a little bit before I was put into permanent custody with an awesome family that eventually adopted me when I was 12 years old. But I know what it's like to be in the system and to have that stigma around you. You know, my family's done some things. It doesn't ever reflect on who we are as people. And so the reason that I do what I do is so that I can help people that were just like me and people that are just like you out here, where society tells us, you know, that like, one, if you're aging out of the foster care system, you aren't, like, you're not good enough, or you're not the right type of person to be adopted or something like that, and that's not true. Sorry guys, I'm crossing the street. It's really important to look both ways before crossing. That's just common knowledge. I was lucky enough to get adopted, but there are some people that just didn't have that opportunity. And so I'm here to help you have that opportunity to just be who you want. Alright, so basically what we're going to be doing for the next couple of weeks is having conversations with different experts in life skills that you need to know that otherwise you wouldn't know. So we're talking about financial literacy, we're talking about legal rights, we're talking about college, we're talking about how to change a freaking tire. How you doing?
Good, how are you?
I'm chilling. Thanks for being here and taking the time to talk to me.
Thanks for having me.
Of course.
What do you want to get into?
So today we're just going to talk about legal rights. I know you're an attorney here in Annapolis, and I think that people that are aging out of the system need to know what is legal, what is not legal, things they can and can't do, and what to do if they get in trouble. One of the first things I want to talk to you about today was, as we transition into college, when you're aging out of the system, you're between 18 to 24, and you happen to be at a college party or something and you get caught with alcohol underage.
If you get caught with alcohol underage, you can be fined, you can be prosecuted. It's a misdemeanor in Maryland. There are very few exceptions to being able to drink underage in Maryland. First, don't do it. Second, if you get caught, you're gonna have to deal with the repercussions of getting caught, right? So you're gonna get basically a ticket. Most times you're gonna get a citation, a written citation. Okay. You're probably gonna get a court date. You're probably gonna have to go in front of a judge. So the state's gonna want you to answer for your wrongdoing. Right? Now, I highly recommend you get a lawyer to assist you if you've actually been charged. Okay, there are ways that you can enter into what are called diversion programs. You can try to get something called a probation before judgment. Take it seriously though, because you know, any little bit of trouble that you get into when you're young follows you for the rest of your life, right?
Talk a little bit about people in authority. So with that, say I am driving and the speed limit's 55 and I'm hitting 85, and I'm not speaking from experience.
Doesn't sound like it.
Of course. How do you deal with the cops? Like, what are your rights when you get pulled over by the cops? And then what do you think you would, what would your advice be to people that are caught in like a reckless driving situation?
So let's take one thing at a time.
Okay.
So reckless driving has a very specific definition. Mm-hmm. Okay, you basically have to, there has to be some evidence that you are endangering the lives or the property of yourself or someone else. Now let's take it one step further. You find yourself in a situation where you have been pulled over in a traffic stop. Mm-hmm. What are your rights? Not much. The police are there to protect you and the community. Okay, so they have a lot of latitude in how to get that done. I want everybody to understand this. I want to be clear about this. Police officers have a very scary job. You ever get pulled over by the police, two hands fully visible all the time. Make the police officer feel safe and make the police officer feel respected. How's it going, officer? Why did you pull me over? And they have to tell you why they pulled you over. Okay. And they have a right to ask for your license your registration and your insurance card, which you should always keep easily accessible somewhere in your car, in your glove compartment or in your center console. Don't put your driver's license, your insurance card, or your registration anywhere where you don't want a police officer to be able to see. Everyone always asks me, can they search your car? Yeah, they can search your car. Okay?
Really?
Absolutely, because they can just say, look, for my own safety, I need to know what was in the car. Once they've done that, what they'll usually do is say, can I search the glove compartment and the center console and any other places that are closed, that are not in plain sight, okay? And most people will just say, sure. That's a mistake. Never grant permission to search, because usually you're being recorded. They're wearing body cameras, and they want to get your consent on videotape. And if they find anything that's incriminating, they're going to try to get you to admit that it's yours, okay? Because it makes their case easier. So again, you know, you may have seen Army movies where they say if you're ever caught, you have to give them your name, rank, and serial number, and that's it. It's kind of the same. Driver's license, name, yes, no, don't admit to any wrongdoing.
Hey guys, thank you so much for watching. If you liked what you saw in the content that we put out, please be sure to like and subscribe, and then we will catch you all in the next coming videos. Have an awesome rest of your day, and thanks for checking in with us and learning about life skills. Have a good one.